Is my voice clear, and also is my screen seen clearly?
Voice is clear, crystal clear. And as for the screen, yes, I think yes, now it's perfect.
Thank you for your assistance. Okay. Yeah, so the title, the topic of my presentation is Mind Mapping as a Teaching Tool for Digital Natives. So let me introduce myself first. I'm Tuğba Kızılkan from Izmir, and I'm a graduate of English Language and Literature from Ege University. And I worked as a professional English teacher for almost 21 years and had a chance to work with almost all age groups and levels from 7 years old up to adults. And I recently work in a secondary and high school and very much familiar with the digital natives, actually. And I have classes for specific reasons for professionals, speaking classes, and English for academics as well. And I'm also an instructor of mind mapping and memory techniques. And having recently completed a master of English language teaching from Ahmet Yesevi University, I've been doing some academic research on several subjects. And I've been using my mind mapping in my classes while teaching grammar, vocabulary, and other skills involved in language teaching, actually. And this presentation explains who are the digital natives and what are their characteristics and why mind mapping works so well for them, including my personal experiences. So let me start. Okay. Here is a mind map I created. Sorry. Yeah. And what is a digital native? And let me start by explaining what is a digital native. A digital native is a person who is very familiar with digital technology, computers, etc., because they have grown up with them. The first generation to be a part of the digital native group, millennials, were born broadly between the years of 1980 and 2000. Young people currently part of Generation Z were born after the year 2000. And this generation, even more so than millennials, have spent more time in their life, in their real life, in the digital world. And they feel comfortable in expressing themselves in much better way through using internet and social media, and tend to perceive things and real world through gamification. That means they prefer games to serious work, actually. And what is a hypertext? Hypertext is a text which is not constrained to be linear. And it is a text which contains links to other texts. This term was coined by Ted Nelson around 1965. And hypermedia is a term used for hypertext, which is not constrained to a text. It can include graphics and video and sound, which attracts the digital natives a lot, actually. And the digital natives have hypertext minds, which mean that they like to learn and comprehend things with these instruments. And they're not tolerant of spending much time reaching information or anything else. So they're so quick in everything they do, and they require efficient results. The study of 4,066 full-time Generation Z, which is the age of 22 or younger, and the millennial, actually these terms are involved in the digital natives. And the millennial, 23-year to 34-year-olds, we call them millennial, employees in 10 countries, including the United States and the United Kingdom, China, and India as well, found that about 4 in 10 respondents prefer working in a corporate office, and they prefer in-person communication, cover digital alternatives such as email, social networking, and video conferencing. And they also like to learn and share digitally externalized environments. Sorry. I'm sorry. And let me explain who Prinsky is. Actually, he's an internationally acclaimed speaker and education consultant known as a practical visionary and coiner of terms, the digital native and digital immigrants, which is actually the theme of our Congress. Mark has authored 7 books and spoken in over 4 countries, and he has published over 100 articles and essays and publications, including educational leadership, Educaus, Edutopia, and educational technology. And his writings have been translated into 11 different languages. Mark's 2010 book, Teaching Digital Natives, is a bestseller among educators around the world. And his more recent books include From Digital Natives to Digital Wisdom, which was published in 2012, and The World Needs a New Curriculum, which was published in 2015, and Education to Better Their Worlds, Unleashing the Power of 21st Century Kids, which was published by Teaching College Press in 2016. And he says, grow up with new technology. They have spent their entire lives surrounded by and using computers, video games, digital music players, video cams, cell phones, and all other tools and toys of the digital ages. Computer games, email, the internet, cell phone, and instant messaging are integral parts of their lives, as indicated by Prensky in 201. Yes, and then what is a mind map and who is Tony Buzan? Tony Buzan is a world-renowned inventor of mind maps and a multi-million copy best-selling author of How to Mind Map and Mind Maps for Kids series. He appears, actually he died 2 years ago, and he appeared regularly on television and lectures all over the world. He advised international businesses, governments, educational authorities, and Olympic athletes. His work has been published in 100 countries and 30 languages. So what is a mind map? A mind map is an easy way to brainstorm thoughts organically without worrying about order and structure. It allows you to visually structure ideas to help with analysis and recall. A mind map is a diagram for representing tasks, words, and concepts or items linked to and arranged around a central concept or subject using a non-linear graphical layout that allows the user to build an intuitive framework around a central concept. And a mind map can turn a long list of monotonous information into a colorful, memorable, and highly organized diagram that works in line with your brain's natural way of doing things. And here is a list of jobs and workplaces, which is a subject that we teach in secondary school. And here is a dull, linear list of jobs and their explanations, and no images and no drawings and nothing attractive for a digital native. Instead of presenting any information within the curriculum, here is a mind map I have created on jobs and workplaces, which attracts all digital natives. Because a mind map involves whole brain process. That means it involves both left and right brain and all types of learning. So this mind map involves the main branches and the baby branches, involving the jobs and the explanations, and as well as images that attracts digital natives. And according to my very personal experience, digital learners prefer learning with mind maps. Actually, I have never met any students of mine that do not like learning through mind maps, and they have already started noting down through mind maps in any other school subjects, actually. They have a linear approach to information, and they learn through catchy keywords and highlighted main points, and they prefer to learn in a fun way, which is untraditional. And they memorize better when they personalize information, and a mind map actually gives a way for a digital native to personalize the information, because he or she can add any images and text and videos and can create his or her own images. And actually he can use his or her own keywords. There is not a template for this, but an own one. And mind maps involve the whole brain process, as it includes both left and right brain features, as I mentioned before, and all digital natives like brainstorming and creativity. And as mind maps are time savers, the digital natives tend to learn maximum information with minimum effort and time. So learning through a mind map is perfect for any digital native learner. Okay. And to conclude, I try to use my time very practically. So, in conclusion, the digital learners prefer processing pictures, sounds, color, and video before text, and conversely, many educators prefer to provide text before pictures and sounds and colors and video, as Dukes and Dizage indicated in 2005. In a mind map, the digital natives can visualize ideas, and they can add creative videos and use colors and pictures as well. And a mind map is a creative and logical means of note-taking and note-making also, that literally maps out our ideas, as Tony Buzan mentioned in 2005. And digital natives do not like traditional ways of note-taking, which is linear, but prefer a creative way, which is mind mapping. And today's digital natives prefer interactive media, as the previous presenters mentioned before. And therefore, a number of interactive mind mapping tools emerged in order to fulfill the digital natives' preferences. For example, iMindMap, the one I've been using, Buzan's mind map, the version 4, and my map manager and my master, MindNote, FreeMind, and there are tens of more. Actually, some of them are free and some of them need to be paid. And digital natives expect to use more digital media devices in their daily lives, which enables them to integrate various applications such as PowerPoint slides, video clips, Excel spreadsheets, websites, three-dimensional illustrations, and colorful images and icons. And mind mapping appears one of the most efficient tools for a digital native to learn with fun and collaborate, brainstorm, sort information. And it's also a preeminent tool as it involves both left and right brain and appeals visual, auditory, and kinesthetic learners. And this is the end of my presentation. And thank you for your patience. And any questions are welcome. Thank you.
Thank you, dear Tuba. I think it was really, really great presentation with visuals, with mind mapping and guiding us as you actually guide your learners, I'm sure, because this is really great tool for engaging them and for getting the best out of our learners and to combine all learner styles. That's why thank you very much for your good tips and because showing the variety of tools of mind mappings, which I did not know all of them. Thank you very much. I think there was one question from Azra, and if I can present this question, can we use infographics as the theme of mind maps for creative group activities? Thank you, Azra, for your great question. And Tuba, if you can answer our participant, if you can give some kind of advice.
Absolutely. Any kind of visuals can be used for creative group activities. It works individually and also it works for the group activities, the collaborative activities. So I agree with you, Ezra. You can absolutely perfectly use infographics the same way mind maps are used. Thank you for your question.
Thank you very much. So, any other questions, any other comments? I think there are no other comments and questions, and only applause and only like so satisfaction with it was I think logical climax conclusion of our session. Today is very long day, starting with plenary sessions and the topic of digital native, topic of digital trust, and which has more than ever became a topic of great crucial and importance to all of us due to the emergency digitalization in EFL, especially in all areas of education, but especially in EFL education. Thank you, dear Tuba. It was really nice to be listening, yes, to be somehow commenting and on all speakers. And thank you for great contributions. I think you were. I think I'm not mistaken. Mistaken, and you are the last speaker, but not least, definitely. And if there are no comments, I think we can be closing the session. And again, I am really thankful to those who actually stayed to the end and supported all our speakers with your comments, with your listening, and which really matters, because without audience, without this feedback, there is it's not effective communication. So it should be double-sided. So I think we can be closing our session if there are any comments from organizers, but I'm not mistaken, there is no one to be presenting. Yes, from the audience, no one. Please give me some feedback, some sign. Okay, so I think that we can be closing. And thank you very much once again. And let's stay in touch with EFL educators. And let's stay digitally connected. And let's try to somehow do our best in order to become, I myself was writing in the chat that I'm digital, not native immigrant, but due to the pandemic, we had to somehow adapt and get new skills and meet our learners' needs, because they are definitely digitally natives. So if there are no comments, Tuba, so I will be saying goodbye from Georgia. It's already 9 o'clock. And so I think we had a very successful session, and thank you very much. Hope to be seeing you in person one day and continue this fruitful discussion in face-to-face modality. Have a nice evening. Greeting to Turkey, to various parts of Turkey. I think mostly participants from neighboring country were here. Have a nice evening. Bye for now, and see you soon. Bye.
Bye. Have a nice evening.
Have a nice evening too. Okay. I think good.